Hey y'all, it's Paris and I'm back with another video. So today I want to talk to you guys about, did God tell you to quit your job, okay? So I know that we are in the great resignation. Everybody is quitting their job. But what do you do when God doesn't tell you to quit your job? What do you do when, you're getting tired of the people at your job? What do you do when, you're getting bored? You're not passionate as when you first got your job, right? So let me remind you that the job that you have, it was once a blessing, right? When you first got your job, you saw it as a blessing because you prayed for it, okay? Some of you guys, you prayed for this job, but now you're bored. Now you want to leave. Now you're tired of the people that are at this job. So I just want to remind you that there are some people who have prayed for this job that you have right now, okay? So now that you remember that you prayed for this job, now I need you guys to relearn how to love your job again, okay? Relearn how to have passion at your job again, because there will be a time where God is not telling you to quit, okay? I know that I have a video out there that talks about how God told me to quit my job, but right now, God is not telling me to quit my job. Right now, God is telling me to stay, okay? And maybe just like with you guys, God may be telling you guys to stick it out. And maybe you don't want to stick it out. Maybe, you're ready to leave. But I'm here to challenge you to, find different ways to love your job again, okay? Find ways to be motivated again. Find ways to be passionate about what you do, okay? Because some of you guys are working in your gift. Some of you guys are doing what you actually love to do, but you're bored or you're tired of the people that are around you. And so if it is the people that are around you, pray before you go into work. Pray before you go into work and, allow God to lead you, okay? Because I promise you, when I don't want to deal with certain people, I pray before I go into work. And when I tell you, like, God will have my mind so focused to where if they do say something to me, it doesn't bother me. Or I just keep going about my business, okay? So if it is the people at work that makes you not want to come, pray before you come here. Pray. Pray that, when these people are speaking to you or making certain comments, pray that, you can block that. Pray that God can block certain comments. Pray that, whatever that is sent to you, God sends it right back. Okay, so you have the power. You have the power. God has given you the power to, speak whatever you need to speak so that you can get on about your business, right? Okay, so if it's just the fact that you're being bored, make sure you start doing things differently, okay? Maybe you need something to motivate you, okay? So for me, I live in, well, not live, but for me, I work in a home setting, right? I work in a home setting. And so I have to, find ways to, motivate me to stay here, okay? Because this job is very easy, but I have to find ways to, stay motivated. And so one of the things that, God helped me with is that he knows that I like fixing things. I like taking care of things. Okay. And so he told me with this particular home that I'm working at, he told me to take care of it as if it's mine. Okay. So the house is not mine, but he wants me to take care of it as if it's mine. And so that keeps me motivated because I make sure it's clean. I make sure, that, everything is working. With my clients that are here, I make sure that, they eat healthy meal. They eat healthy meals. I make sure that, I'm very creative. Like, earlier I was looking up different recipes. Okay. So I just do certain things to keep me motivated. Okay. And I try not to do the same thing over and over and over. Okay. And I know that if some of you guys are working in fast food, that can be hard because you do the same things over and over and over. But just try to find a way that you can love your job again, because you have to remember that your job is a blessing, okay? Having a job is a privilege. There's a lot of people who don't have jobs, okay? And I need you guys to remember that. There are a lot of people that don't have jobs. When I moved out here to Dallas, it was a wake-up call because there's a lot of homeless people out here, okay? There was a lot of homeless people and back in Alabama, but I'm seeing more out here in Dallas. Okay, and so there's a lot of people who don't have jobs. So you may not like your job, you may not like the people at your job, but be thankful, okay? Because everybody doesn't have the privilege to have a job. Okay, everybody doesn't have the privilege to have a job. So be thankful that you do have a job, number one. Be thankful. And then number two, find a way to love your job again, okay? And for some of you guys, the reason why, and one of my coworkers told me this, so I have to give him credit. But one of the things that me and him was talking about was that the reason why sometimes we want to quit our jobs over and over and over is because sometimes, you know, we need to do things on our own. There's some of us, God is calling us to be an entrepreneur, okay? Some of us, God is calling us to be an entrepreneur. So it doesn't make sense to keep going from job to job to job, because we need to stay at the job that we do have. And on the side, we need to work on whatever God wants us to work on, so that when we build enough money, we can just leave our job and, you know, be the entrepreneur that God has called us to be, okay? So I know that, you know, that's for some people, that's not for everybody, okay? For another set of people, God may be calling you to be, to work up the corporate ladder, okay? That's not for everybody, but some people, God is calling you to work up the corporate ladder. Do that. But in order for you to work up the corporate ladder, you have to stay at your job in order to grow. Sometimes you have to stay and allow God to elevate you. But in order for you to be elevated, you have to stay at your job. Okay, so I'm talking to these people who have, you know, on your resume, you may have a lot of gaps. Or like me, I have, it shows on my resume where I wasn't at a job long, okay? The longest that I have stayed at a job is a year, okay? That is the longest that I have stayed at a job. The shortest I have stayed at a job is a month, okay? And so I can't talk about nobody because I know what my resume looks like. But just like I told somebody earlier, I told them that it doesn't matter what your resume looks like, because a lot of people, a lot of employers need people, okay? A lot of employers are desperate, okay? So the right people will hire you. The right people will hire you. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is stop jumping from job to job, okay? I know we are in the great resignation right now, but if God is not calling you to leave your job, stay at your job. Find ways to love it again, okay? Find ways to be motivated, okay? Work on your side hustle, okay? Work on becoming an entrepreneur, you know, when you have free time, okay? So, again, I'm talking to my people who you ready to quit. You ready to quit, but God ain't told you to quit your job, okay? So I'm just trying to save some people. Wait on your blessing. Wait on your elevation, okay? Remember, you can't get elevated unless you stay, okay? So if God is calling you to stay at your job, and he'll elevate you at the right time, all right? So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.